Hi everyone. Sorry for this break. I don't know what happened. I really don't know. The Facebook just shut me down. So, I would like to continue with these colorings. I think this was the last thing you have seen, and I would like to continue with the third one. I hope you are arriving back, and sorry again. I really don't know what happened. Maybe the problem was that video chat calling, or I don't know. But now, can you hear me? Can you see me well? Please give me some feedback. I'm a bit stressed about it. And I really don't like these errors. Okay, so I think you could see these are made with media ink, and these are made with resin tint. These are a little bit half transparent, half opaque, but not really. We can see a strong difference between these three, but this is a really good color bar. Okay, so you are again here. Thank you so much, and thank you for your patience. I think I will show the cured one. Of course, I work and I made them already. Okay, so there is nothing difference between the thicker and the thinner one. This is same color, but in the other way, when we use media ink, there is a difference between a thicker and the thinner one. I know it's a bit hard to see in the screen, but there is some, and this is the other colored and whitened lighter pieces, and these are not so different each other. I think this is the most important thing with this coloring. And if we continue the comparing, I think we have to talk about the consistency, the difference of the two consistency. While the resin tint is full, the media ink is more like a liquid. It's a little bit hard to explain it in English and it's in the live, because it is neither more thicker or neither more viscous. It's just like, I think it's full and it's liquid, but I really like laboratory experiment, and I will show something with this. I will show you in this black and white non-hygroscopic paper how the two colorings works. I will draw a line with resin tint and another line with media ink. Okay, so you can see this one. And I will make a same line with media ink. And now I will turn up the paper. Okay, yes, it's really beautiful. So it's easy to see that the resin tint does not flow down, but the media ink does. And what is also interesting, I think, that the resin tint works well on the black and the white surfaces as well, but the media ink can only be seen well on the white surfaces. Well, I would like to show you another very important difference between the two colorings is how they behave with the resin. I don't know how can I say it, so focused on how they move on the surfaces of the resin. I have already dosed some resin and just eliminate some bubbles with this heat gun. Okay. I think these behaviors are important for the deep puring or deep dish. It's a typical type of resin pieces or resin art. So let's see the media ink. The media inks run away fast in the resin. In the resin surface. You can see. I will add a little white media ink as well. Okay, you can see media ink blue runs away. The white a little bit more stays together, but they also runs a bit. Okay. On the other hand, resin tint will be stay together more better. Okay, I think it will be enough. So basically they spread on the surface in the same way, but you can see the resin tin not just runs a bit, sinks to the bottom if we put more drops on the same place, and in time it will jump together on the surface. The media ink is the opposite. It just spreads and spreads, but only the white media ink jumps together in time. It's again a break place to experiment how to mix the different coloring. Maybe you can mix media ink color with a resin tint white. It can also a very good result. And I would like to how it works. These are the same. These are made with, in the same way. These are the final resin cure projects. So you can see this. This is made by. This was made by the media ink, and these are absolutely in just the surfaces in 3D. It's something like jellyfish or I don't know which they like. And this is the art piece with the resin tin. It's absolutely, can see it's totally 3D. I think it's really beautiful. Like, I don't know, it's some magical word or something like this. I really love these techniques. Okay? Can you understand these methods? Oh yes, I think this is amazing as well. Oh, I really love it. If we want to make a beach effect, if you want to make a wave on the seashore, we have to use the white media ink because it color stays on the top of the resin, so we can easily blow it. And one exciting trick, if you colored with white media ink some colored resin tints, so you can mix it, you will reach colored cells. So I think there are a lot of possibilities with mixing these two coloring. And I think we did thorough analyze from every possible way with these liquid colors. And I would like that let's check the two type of powder materials and the powder pigments. I make some free places. Okay. So there are a lot of exciting things here as well with this. These are the mica powders in 15 shades, I think, and in 3 color the metallic, the metal powder, which is one gold, and in 2 silver, shiny silver and a basic silver, or I don't know how it's called, sparkling silver and silver, yes. So I can call it basic silver. Yeah, it could be used later. So art mica and metal pigment powders. So we have to talk about these pigments. Okay. I think the main difference between the two pigments material, like liquid or powder, is that you have not counting the amount of the coloring, because there are no additional thing which affects curing of the resin. So if you imagine this very absurd thing that you give a couple of drops of mixed resin in this bottle of the art mica and mix it, and you will reach like plasticine or something like that, so that material, and you make a little shape, a little object with this plasticine, it will totally cure well. So in this case, the resin will behave like a glue and it will connect the pigments. It's something same thing. It was a resting resin, and I put some some gold colored metal pigment, and these are glasses, broken glasses. So this is the same way, the resin just like a glue and connect in this time the glasses. So you can do some mistakes. You cannot do that mistakes with the amount. The mica powder are mineral based, and the metallic pigment powder are very light, real metal powders. I think this is the main difference between the two powder color. It's another thing in the most of the cases it's not useful, but we can really make any mistake. We put as much as we want the resin will cure, that I already said it, but it is not worth to put too much mica powder, and not just because of the quantity and the sparing, but most of the time it will lead to unwanted results. So I would like to show you a really good example for this. You can see this tray, and this mica is one of my favorite nowadays. I really fall in love with this color. So this is that tray, and now you can see that you don't see this mica color, because sometimes it happens even to me that when I fell in love with some color, I mix the color with the resin, and when it's full, it was ready, the color was super good, I put some more coloring to make it more shiny, but it will not shiny better. The color of resin will not change, it will be just heavier and thicker, which leads to what you see then, that all the other colors were lighter. So when I pour this magical shiny but really heavy resin, it sank into the other colors and they swallowed it. That's the way we don't see of any of this, but you can be sure that the bottom on the other side of the tray is really shiny peach, very well. So I think this is a really important thing when you want to make some pour art or some resin art stuff. And so this is the mica, because these based in mineral powders, and the metallic powders behave a little bit differently because they are much lighter than the other colors. So we can make the opposite mistake, that we use too much metallic colored resin. It will flows on the surface and it can be on a bigger surface than we wanted. I would like to, these are not mistakes, just how it works, this metal pigment. Can you see this really beautiful metal effect? You can see there. So in this case, we don't worry about the amounting of the coloring when mixing, but where you need much less colored resin with this pigment. Okay. I would like to back to the micas a little bit, because they can also be mixed with different liquid colors. You can mix the tint with micas or media ink with micas, and you can make your own really unique colors. And the powders also have a unique way to use. What I would like to show you, you don't have to mix it with the resin. You can make fabulous surfaces if you brush them into the silicone mold. So it's a silicone mold, there's some mica powder, and you can brush with a real brush, or sometimes I really love to use this tool. You know, it's like a makeup brush, and just add a little mica. It's a totally really good looking stuff. Okay, can you see? I think you can imagine. And I would like to show you final pieces, which is made by Cristoforo. I really love that wing. It's really proper cool. So brush them on the silicone mold before you pour the resin. And here we a lot of space to play as well. We will have a different effect if we pour black or white or transparent resin. Krista was used a black resin. I think it's proper cool. And if we are talking about sparkling shiny pigments, we also have to talk about the glitters. When we think of these, then you imagine something like a transparent and a really homogeneous thing, I think. But it's not obvious that we reach these results. So I would like would like to show what I wanted to say. So I think this is which are imagine what we are talking about, glitters on resin. And this is some brown pieces, because in many cases the glitter is heavy, and something like this, they will sink to the bottom and not spread well. To reach this glitter effect is important work with very smooth and light glitter. Luckily, Pentart is also here for us, and they glitters in the portfolio are perfect partner for this art project. There are many colors, and I think they are in 2 sizes. I think they are absolutely must-haves in a resin kitchen. So with the glitters, I already start to talk about the next group, the fillers, the resin fillers. Some of these products you could already find, and resin artists loved to work with them, but there are many news arrived. Let's start with the most interesting one, the microbeads. Microbeads, yes, I think I say it in a good way. This is the opened one. I think we could sew this caviar like little pearls, mostly at the nail artist. I don't know if you remember the scene of Amélie, you know, the French movie, Amélie Poulain, when they talk about how would the feeling is at the grocery shop when you show your hands into the peas. When this came to me, that is came to my mind when I saw these little shiny pearls. They, because of the small size, I would suggest them to use, I think, for smaller surfaces or making jewelries, making it's better. They look really good if you use in only one color, but you can also use mixed colored, and we can use it on the surface, but also can be mixed to the resin. So I'm really excited what kind of art pieces will you make with this. I think you can never have enough flakes. My favorite are the galaxy flakes, but I really love the metal flakes as well. Now you not just have these flakes, but the new collection of flakes arrived. Oh, not that one, that one. Sorry. So a really new collection of flakes. There is a little difference between them, the galaxy flakes and the new flakes in their hardness, but can only see in practice the result will magical anyway. They can be used mixed to the resin, or you can pour the resin first and after you can easily play with the flakes. So it's a bit similar than you could use the microbeads. And now I would like to show you an extra tip again for this kind of silicone mold, which is not directly related to the coloring, but I made this resin pendant with this flakes, so maybe it's related. But it is I think it's an important or an exciting thing. In the beginning, I had hard time with this lengthy silicone mold, as I saw a couple of Facebook groups, I was not alone. So the cured resin does not like to get out from this silicone mold. We always have to help a little bit. It is not the best way to pick them the resin, because if you hurt the silicone surfaces, you will always see the mistake on the resin, on the cured resin. So the trick is you have to use a silicone oil. If you put maybe the top with your fingers or your nails, and put one drop here, and the opposite side I made another drop. Okay, and rub it well. It will came out easily. Ta-da! I think it's proper cool. After that, you have to cautiously clean the mold and the cured resin object as well, but I think this is worth it. And when we talk about flakes, we cannot miss the metal foils, like that one, the metal flakes, because you can make miraculous things also with these. Some earrings or really big pendants. I think it's really elegant with the white or with the black second layer. And this is one of my favorite pieces. This is my own earrings, and I think it looks so great. And it's so easy to use, and the result is really cool. You can use it like the other flakes and the microbaits. So just mix these to the resin or play on the surface. But I think this accessory that like stick to everything, so it's not always easy to use, and sometimes it's a bit hard task. So usually I use tweezers or toothpicks to work with them. And in today's lecture I will finish with the different mineral powders, which can also be found in the portfolio of Pentart for a long time. But I think they are very cool resin fillers. This is the other, which I really love. My absolute favorite is this dark toned shiny powder. You can see this one. I think it's called onyx, yes, and it's a medium size mineral powder. And this is my absolute favorite because with this and with a little effort you can make some manly looking pieces so easily, like this little tray you can see. I think this is so beautiful. But last time on my workshop, Fanny was experimenting with a beach effect. She made a very beautiful picture, and she used some of this orange quartz powder for imitating the sand, and it worked very well on the composition. I suggest you, it's proper cool thing as well. So I think you could see the opportunities are endless, and you only need your imagination and your creation to create your creativity to create something beautiful. So darling, I think today was a very vivid and colorful lecture. Are you enjoyed it? I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you are really looking forward to start working with resin. Thank you very much for joining me today, and have a beautiful night and dream with resins and with a lot of colors and feelings. Ciao, ciao.